Today, we're diving into the thrilling high-stakes world of humanoid robots and how they might enhance our labor markets, especially in the so-called developed world. Let's take a journey through some figures and projections that make tech futurists drool, but also leave a good portion of the workforce looking for sedatives. As of 2024, the world has about 3.5 billion people hustling away in various jobs, and a staggering 58% of these poor souls are involved in informal manual labor. Now, for those of you who aren't economists, informal labor means no health insurance, no security, and definitely no work-from-home option unless your home happens to be the rice field. These jobs, primarily in emerging economies, are exactly the type that fancy robots are salivating to take over. By 2030, the experts say, because experts always get it right, automation could displace between 400 million and 800 million jobs. That's 15 to 25% of the global workforce. You know, no big deal, just a quarter of the world's working population potentially unemployed. Nothing that should freak anyone out, right? But don't worry, these same experts also tell us that while these jobs are vanishing, new ones will miraculously appear in the fields of advanced IT, AI, robotics, green energy, and, wait for it, healthcare. Because nothing screams smooth transition like moving from factory floors to coding neural networks, right? So, where do humanoid robots fit into this? Well, let's walk through it. According to our rather optimistic friends at McKinsey & Co., humanoid robots, those lovable, clumsy machines that are built to imitate us humans, are expected to take over a slice of the displaced jobs. But don't panic yet. Only 5 to 10% of the jobs lost to automation will require actual humanoid robots. That gives us a range of 20 to 80 million robots to serve you your fries, mop your floors, and maybe even file your taxes by 2030. Monetarily speaking, if we estimate each humanoid robot to cost around $50,000 a steal, we're talking about a market valued at between $1 trillion and $4 trillion by 2030. Now, in case you're wondering, $1 trillion can buy you a couple of social media platforms, an overpriced football club, and Elon Musk's occasional good mood, just to give you some context. Here's where things get even more fun. In the developed world, you know, those places where people actually take paid vacations, the impact of humanoid robots will be less devastating because fewer people work manual jobs. Around 10 to 20% of jobs in developed nations involve the type of manual labor that a robot could replace. So, companies in the US, Japan, and Western Europe might adopt robots faster because, honestly, who wouldn't want to replace expensive human labor with something that doesn't ask for sick days or bathroom breaks? Now, in emerging economies, where labor is cheap and robots are expensive, you'd think they'd hold off on robot workers, right? Wrong. Some folks believe that eventually, even these countries will jump on the robot bandwagon to increase efficiency and productivity. The real risk here is that if millions of manual laborers are replaced by robots without proper retraining or social support systems, we could see a societal disaster on a scale even Netflix can't dramatize. Ah yes, let's not forget the real winners in this game. Companies making these robots. Tesla's Optimus project, because apparently Elon isn't busy enough with Twitter, could alone capture a slice of that massive market. By 2040, Tesla's robots could add significantly to its already obscene valuation. Boston Dynamics, the creator of the Atlas robot that does backflips better than most people, will likely be a major player. But let's be honest, for now, they're more of a YouTube sensation than a market leader in robot labor. NVIDIA, the brains behind much of AI and machine learning, stands to see further increases in value by providing the computing power for all these robot overlords. So if you've ever thought your GPU was overpriced, just wait until you need one to manage your home bot. By 2040, our projections suggest that around 48 million humanoid robots will be needed in developed world households. Yes, folks, these robots will not only take over your jobs, but also your chores. We're looking at robots doing everything from vacuuming the floors, walking your dog, maybe even, if we're lucky, doing the laundry, but only if it doesn't involve folding. The market value of these household robots could reach a staggering $480 billion. And if that number doesn't excite you, think of it this way. It's about 1.5 times more than GDP of Greece. Sure, some jobs will vanish, but others will emerge. For example, robot technicians. Congratulations, you'll get to fix the robots that replaced you. AI trainers. You'll be teaching the robots to think, but don't worry, once they learn too well, they'll probably replace you too. Because someone's got to make sure these bots don't go full Terminator. So, if you're a manual laborer wondering how to ensure job security, I'd suggest learning how to build, fix, or babysit robots. And while you're at it, maybe brush up on your coding skills. Nothing says adaptation like transitioning from factory floors to Python scripts. In closing, the humanoid robot labor market promises to be a trillion-dollar playground, mostly for those who are selling the robots or the AI that powers them. As for the rest of us, well, we'll be lucky if we're not asking Siri for job advice by 2030. So here's my sarcastic but well-meaning advice. Get ready, because whether we like it or not, our future co-workers might just be cold, metal, and unnervingly good at everything we do, only faster. Thank you. And don't forget to tip your Roomba on the way out.